up? It's Joshua, and I'm gonna do this like David Jeremiah would do, or like the guy who like had to walk like right next to me, like he couldn't like we had to walk like hey, what, or like this, peace be with you. Today we're going to go into Revelation. We're going to study the church. Okay, I can't do it like that. They're too professional for me. Right, there's 7 churches, right? And if you turn in there, I'm going to show you the revelations that you missed from the Lord Jesus. There's 7 churches, right? Am I correct? This is how I would do my Bible study. I'd be like, are you making enough noise? See, that's how you know I'm on point. Are you making enough noise? That's how I know I'm right. There's 7 churches, right? That's what I would be like if I was at it, like a David Jeremiah. I was like, he'd be like, special guest speaker, Joshua Hudson. I'd be like, David Jeremiah. I'd be like, everybody out there, have you turned to Revelation? Do you have your pencils and you're writing all this stuff down? I'd be like, this is an interactive thing, so you can participate with me. I'd be like, raise your hand. Does it say in Revelations there's 7 churches? If you agree, raise your hand. Everybody would raise their hand, right? There's 7 churches, correct? Yes. There are 7 churches in Revelation. Are there 7 angels of the 7 churches in Revelation? If you agree that there's 7 churches with 7 angels, raise your hand. Everybody would raise their hand. I'd be like, and does it say to the angel of the church of, like, what is it? Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamos, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, Laodicea? Does it say in each one of the verses to the angel of the church of Laodicea? If you agree, raise your hand. Everybody raise their hand. All right. So apparently this isn't written to you. It's written to the angels. To the angel of the church of Pergamos. It doesn't say to the people. It's like, which... So it's making angels men. I am the one who's holy and true. You're going to get this gift. It doesn't say man's going to get this gift. Pretty much you're making the angels man. And they're going to get this gift, and you're going, we agree with that. It doesn't say, to the church of Ephesus, I am the one who's holy and true. All these people are going to get this. It just says, you're going to get this. It doesn't say man. So apparently the angels are going to, you're making the angels men. Right? I know. Right? You're making the angels men. You're giving your power away to the angels. Right there. The red hammer. Right? It's right there in Revelation, right? Anyway, if you want, right? If you want to even argue, okay, let's say, we're like, no, because blah, 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 or whatever nonsense you're going to make up. All right, let's just say it's not giving it to there's an angel over each church. Which church am I? I thought there was only one holy, Jesus Church, and it's the one universal church, and the only way is through Jesus Christ. Well, if there's only one church, why are there 7 churches? There's only one church of Jesus Christ, and the way and the truth and the light, and I'm the way, and I'm the bread, and I'm the water, and I'm the gum under your seat, and there's only one way, it's through me. But there's only one way, it's through Jesus Christ. Why are there 7 churches? Why are there 7 churches? And who are the 7 churches? Is Pergamos Lutheran? Is Smyrna Catholic? Is Ephesus Baptist? Which church is which? And you're like, well, what does that matter? Well, because everybody gets a different gift. I thought there was only one way through Jesus Christ. It says that in Revelation, and you're all going to get new bodies, and we're all going to go to the same place. Apparently not. Because if you're in Ephesus, you get to eat from the tree of life. That's your gift that you're going to get. That's what you get. If you're in Smyrna, you'll not receive the second death. But if you're from Ephesus, you get to eat from the tree, but you're going to experience the second death. If you're from Pergamos, you get to eat the hidden manna, but you will receive the second death. and you don't get to eat from the tree of life. You only get the manna, right? And then if you're from Thyatira, you get the morning star, right? If you're with the Sardis, you don't get blotted out of the book of life. But if you're from Thyatira, Pergamos, Smyrna, and Ephesus, you get blotted out of the book of life because you don't get that gift because you're not from that church, right? If you're from Philadelphia, you become a pillar like Lot's wife, apparently, and you never get to leave. And Laodicea, you get to sit on the throne. How long you get to sit on the throne, I don't know. But you will be blotted out of the book of life, apparently. You don't get the morning star. You will not be a pillar. You will receive the second death, and you don't get to eat from the tree of life. See, each church gets a different gift. So this is really important. This is why David Jeremiah. I need to know so I know which church I want to join because I'm like looking down the list, man. It's like, you're like partner shopping or whatever. You're like, eat from the tree of life. That sounds pretty good. Will not receive the second death. That sounds pretty good. Is that better than eating from the tree of life? If I eat from the tree of life, I don't know. Hidden manna in a new name. That sounds like crappy. The morning star, like clothed in white and not blotted out. That sounds like a really. See, that's why I'm wondering because I'm trying to figure out which church I want to join in Revelations. Which Church of Jesus Christ I want to join. Is the Latter-day Saints, Laodicea? I mean, and how long do you get to sit on the throne? It's not specific, but I need to know this.